What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul, and for today's video we've got a very special pair of sneakers to discuss today. These are the Nike SB Jordan 4 Navy. These sneakers are specifically special because this is the second iteration to what was formerly Sneaker of the Year in 2023. The Nike SB Jordan 4 Pine Green was one of the most beloved sneakers to release that year, so this pair here does have some very big shoes to fill, pun intended. But do they fill them? That is what we are going to attempt to answer today as we unbox them, review them, discuss them in detail, discuss sizing, and of course see them on the toe, featured with a myriad of different bottoms from our website. Now, if you do enjoy this style of content where we bring in the sneakers that you want to see, please be sure to communicate that to us by liking today's video and subscribing to the channel with notifications on. This is going to be the best way to communicate to us to keep this style of content coming. And as always, I will be providing links to all of the bottoms featured in today's video in the description below. But now, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the Nike SB Jordan 4 Navy, beginning with the unboxing. The box does come in a very special Jordan 4 box, which features the Jumpman out front with the Flight logo. The unboxing experience is pretty straightforward, as the shoes do come wrapped or encased in some special tissue paper, and here we have the sneakers. Now, if you guys are wondering, these did release on March 18th exclusively at sneaker shops, retailing at a price of $225. Now, there is a larger release set to commence, but no official date has been released just yet. Now, as many of you already know, the Jordan 4 is Michael Jordan's signature sneaker, meaning it was engineered for the sake of playing basketball. With that said, the Jordan 4 was passed over to Nike's skateboarding division to give it some treatment and upgrade the materials, making it more conducive for the purpose of skateboarding. And so for that reason, I did want to go ahead and bring out a pair of Jordan 4s that aren't SBs to kind of compare to. The upper of the Nike SB Jordan 4 Navy does come in a true white, which is in stark contrast to the formerly known Pine Green, which does feature a slightly eggshell or off-white upper. One thing that I personally do really appreciate about the Nike SB variant is that it features a silhouette that is a bit more streamlined, more conducive to matching the OG pair that released back in '89. In addition to that, upgrades do include a much softer leather compared to some of the other Jordan 4s that we've seen released recently. And also, unlike a standard pair of Jordan 4s where the cage, the wings, and of course the tongue tab are comprised of a plasticish TPU material, this pair here does come those elements comprised of a soft rubber, allowing for the SB version to be a little bit more flexible and comfortable. Additionally, you do have a softer foam for the midsole relative to a standard pair of Jordan 4s. And for the forefoot portion, Nike SB did elect to remove the encapsulated airsole unit for the purposes of extra board feel. The outsoles also see some differences because the toe as well as the heel are comprised of a much softer rubber than a standard pair of 4s, and that is for the purposes of having extra grip tape control. Now, among all of those differences, probably the biggest change to the Nike SB Jordan 4 is the fact that there is much more padding, much more softness around the ankle area, which is an element that a lot of sneakerheads love because the shoe overall is way more comfortable. Now, there is a little bit of trade-off for having that extra padding because some sneakerheads have complained that the shoes do fit a little bit smaller than a standard pair of 4s. I personally don't see a massive change because whether it be SBs or normal 4s, I do like a size 9, but this is something to take note of for you wider footers out there. For majority of people, go true to size to your Jordan 4 size, but if you have a wider foot, it might be considering going a half size up. Now, as I mentioned, I did want to go ahead and style the sneakers featuring different styles of bottoms from our website. That way it can give you a demonstration of what they could potentially look like with different bottoms in your wardrobe. So beginning with the new minimal skinny denim, this pair has been upgraded to feature a little bit more elasticity, allowing for a little bit more comfort to this very tight fitting pair of jeans. A major benefit of wearing tighter jeans is the fact that you can actually see the sneakers and they're not covered. A characteristic I know a lot of sneakers who love to show off their shoes will appreciate. Moving on, we've got the slim bootcut denim, which does fit pretty identical to the aforementioned skinny denim through the thigh and the knee, but this pair does open with a bootcut finish, allowing for the sneaker to be slightly covered for a slightly more subdued look. Moving on, we have the straight denim, which in my opinion is that happy medium between baggy and skinny, as this pair just slightly covers the top of the shoe but overall stacks really nicely, allowing for ample visibility and having the additional room for comfort. Moving on, we have the relaxed bootcut denim, and this is actually from my brand Locust Wild Honey Clothing. This is the G04 denim. It does fit relaxed to the thigh, allowing for ample comfort, and does finish with a slight boot cut down to the finish. A look that I personally find to be the most complimentary, because with the bulkier shoes I tend to go with baggier denim, which leads us to the baggiest denim of today's video, the raw baggy denim. This is also part of Minimal's newest denim line, being comprised of a raw denim. It's beautiful and it does fit relaxed to the thigh down to the knee, finishing with a wide opening down to the ankle, allowing for the pant to sit on the shoe, slightly covering it. At the end of the day, it really is all about personal preference, about how you like to style your sneakers. But for bulkier sneakers like the Jordan 4, I do prefer to have a baggier pant on it. But I pass the question on to you. How do you style your Jordan 4s? Do you like to go with a skinnier taper, or do you prefer the baggier nature to partner with the bulkier shoe? I'd be interested in hearing what the community has to say in the comments below. But that is going to do it for today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to go ahead and like today's video and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss out on any future content. If you liked any of the bottoms that you saw in today's video, go ahead and hit the links in the description provided below. And with all that being said, I'll see you again next week for another Minimal Mondays.